Yes, ads have been run, and we're gonna switch on over. Happy, what's the day? Friday? Happy
Today,
Friday.
Friday, and I thought it was Thursday.
Yeah, man, my Thursday was so busy. So busy. I don't
Yeah.
I don't want to be driving to Houston no more. I'll just fly over there next time. I'm so tired.
You could. You don't have to worry about other people
Yeah.
driving.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot. I know there's a lot of bad drivers. And it's a 3-hour drive. And
Depending on when you
I
go,
remember-
sometimes it's like a 4-hour drive, and I'm like, ugh. But you're
well,
right.
I guess it depends on the time you go. Yeah.
The people are crazy driving over there. They will literally like cross
Yeah.
like 5 lanes over.
It's like I remember driving you guys over there.
Yeah. No, they're
Buy your computer parts.
Yeah, but they're nuts. They're like I mean, even though I was sleep deprived, I'm like, nah, getting there, I'll drive the whole way. But going back home, then I can trust my sister to drive. But yeah, it was
And not to mention like the
not
rush hour
fun.
of Houston.
Yeah, the traffic going back
It's
was really
terrible.
bad.
It's like all those lanes and there's still traffic.
Yeah. It's like, what's the point of having like 10 lanes if it's already
You're
so
still congested.
congested?
Like,
Yeah.
it should be worse with 3 lanes, but still.
Like, okay, I think it's the outskirts of Houston, not so bad. Like, but once you go anywhere near like the first ring of the donut on Houston, it's bad. Like, the closer you get to downtown, it just gets worse.
I don't. That's why I don't really want to live in Houston.
What I didn't know is that this week it's Anime Matsuri, the convention. I haven't ever been, but but then I didn't know that was happening until a friend contacted me saying that she was attending, and she had asked if we could meet. And I'm like, heck yeah. Yeah, I can meet you for like an hour. Well, gladly the reason why we were there over the week or over yesterday is it didn't take long. We went super early, so pretty much it just opened. And gladly we prepared all the steps that needed to be done in order for it to go as smoothly as it could.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was okay. It wasn't bad. It's just I don't want to drive there no more. Yeah, that was my day yesterday.
That's why I live in a small city now.
Yeah. I don't think there's no problem with small cities, for sure. I kind of worry because where we're living, it's starting to expand actually.
Yep.
They're doing a ton of development that I was completely unaware of.
You want to move with me?
You
need a separate place because I like my place too much to live with anyone else. But
yeah. Maybe I was thinking that if I quit my job next year, I'll just go traveling. So
that's an option.
Yeah.
There's actually a hotel like right next to my apartment complex.
Oh heck yeah. Okay, here's a plan. I start traveling next year. And then that way I can only like work for 6 months and then I'm off for like 6 months. That'd be kind of nice, actually. I'll think about it. Alrighty. That was a good fill of what had happened this week, aside from other things that I can't exactly talk about, but it's okay.
Trills and tribs.
Trills and tribs. Don't remember actually what happened last week. So we're just gonna get into it, I guess.
Yeah, part 4-1. Shucks, is there 2 parts to this trial?
Okay.
I can't think right now.
I know.
Alright, 9:46. Alright, before you talk.
Wow. Yeah. Review.
Okay, there's 3 pages of stuff. Okay, I remember this. The floor plans. Okay, yeah. Autopsy. What is this? Dead person. Okay. Okay. Wait, we used that in the last trial. Lottery ticket. Poison. Alright, poison. Poison! The tiger.
The poison. The
Pitch
poison
patch.
for Glenn.
For... Yeah, Glenn. You still remember his name?
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Peter Virus. Okay, I remember that. Remember doing that out of order.
Oh yeah, I remember breaking the psych lock on that robot lady.
Yeah. Oh, we need to give her the lunchbox and eat it again.
We just eat it in court, straight up.
Medical papers. $1 million bill. Cranial surgery. Payment was due last year.
Oh right, the depressing girl.
Yeah.
Giovannini or whatever.
I don't remember any of the voices I did last week.
Yeah, me neither.
Good morning, Mr. Wright!
Oh, perky. Good morning, Maggie.
Perky for someone who's being charged.
Right.
What do you think is gonna happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended on a giant mystery. That's true. We still haven't solved a single part of it yet. That's also true.
Are you okay, Nick?
No! Yeah, of course. I saw that little flash of doubt in your eyes.
Stop looking.
No, that wasn't doubt. That was, determination. Why don't I
Undertale.
believe you?
Undertale starts playing. It's nearly time, Maggie. You better get going to defendant seat.
Roger, don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you. Hey, pal! Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Quit stressing Maggie out! She doesn't need that! How did you know she was stressed? I was watching through the doorway.
He just peeked over the side of the doorway, just watching from afar. Oh.
I know she hates me now.
Yeah.
I know she hates me, pal. Oh. You look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this will help.
What? Huh?
Oh.
Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy too? What are we doing with that? Gumshoe? Huh?
Wasn't he like testing it for something?
That's what I thought too. Is this supposed to be a trump card?
Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing.
It looks like nail polish.
50-50, I don't remember.
Honestly, I don't remember. I just think it just looks suspicious.
Suspicious. Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles. This is a small bottle that turned up in Très Bien's kitchen a couple days ago. Okay, flashback.
Wow, look at all these little bottles.
Oh, there are aromatherapy oils. I was like, how do I pronounce this? He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor.
Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others.
What do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. Suspicious.
And it doesn't smell.
Taste it.
You know, she just gives it a big ol' lick.
We finally got the analysis results back from the lab.
So, what is it? Is it the poison? The poison for Glenn?
I'm afraid not, pal.
Oh.
It's medication. Oh. The missing medication, is it?
Yeah, is that supposed to be like the eardrops?
Ear or something?
Yeah. Medication?
So, Armstrong swiped it? Yeah. For ears, topical use only, apparently. For ears, you mean? Yeah, it's the medication Glenn Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum. What was Glenn Elg's ear medicine doing in the kitchen?
Because of the 5-finger discount.
It looked pricey, I guess. Oh, what about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that? Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prints, but it's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today. Got it?
Got it?
Thought it was a different word.
I don't know. What is like such a big word for gumshoe?
for Gumshoe.
Yeah.
Insulting him.
There's a
Face
lot of big
trial.
words.
I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done, or my name isn't Phoenix Wright.
What'd you say? What'd you say
Yous.
about me? Yeah.
You better be careful. 10 a.m. Oh boy. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor.
Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. Oh yeah. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems.
Everything. The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank from it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand.
Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear.
It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick? You know, we haven't heard his... Oh. Ha. Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor.
Spoke too soon.
I was about to say it and then it kicked in. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it.
You've lost me already, Mr. Godot.
Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You got to change with the times. That's one of my rules.
Are you implying that you've resolved these contradictions?
You know the answer. Oh, that's you.
Oh, that's still me.
Yeah.
You know the answers to these riddles?
The old guy wasn't just throwing seed in here. He was throwing us off the scent. And today, I'll prove it.
Keep expecting like 2 gulps from the coffee, and it's just one, and it bothers me so much.
It's okay. It bothers the judge, too.
Very well. Let the first witness take the stand. Who's the first witness?
Oh, good lord. Okay.
You should have said what?
And you are? Oh, bonjour, everyone. I am Jean Armstrong, the owner and head chef of La Tribulations restaurant in Enchanté, I guess?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, look at his little pose.
Pause. Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman?
Oh la la, monsieur. As you can see, I am la fat and packy gentleman, no? On the day of the incident, you were in Tribion's kitchen. Isn't that right? Monsieur, monsieur. Everything feels right. Why is he always flirting with the defendants? Huh.
Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy?
Maybe he's into it.
Yeah. Your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Tribulations.
Oui, volunteers?
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Okay. He has to be bi at least.
I don't think it's a secret, Terry.
When it all happened, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art decos that day. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Oh, more good to know. Perhaps that is what the old man was looking at.
But I couldn't see a mirror.
La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses. It would have seen everything in reverse, no?
Mirror?
Un gran mirror. La most enormous mirror. And suddenly, the mystery disappears. Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it.
That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Don't mind if I do. Sorry.
You're good, you're good. At least he was paying attention. He knew how many people were in there.
And who were the two customers, exactly?
Nine, of course. The young man who died. And the other, not so young, man.
You're referring to yesterday's witness, I presume? What about the other man Maggie says she saw at the table? Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence, because he's under threat!
Yeah, he's literally getting bullied by this dude. We need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we?
Is that a hint, Maya? I guess I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being. Like, I have to, like, press everything and then press that statement again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You were experimenting with Art Deco. How come I never heard about that before today?
You are not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur?
Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before?
But I did, just a few moments ago.
Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of deculture? No, Art Deco. It is the style of design, Your Honor.
What is deculture?
That is a good question. I don't know if that's a real word. Deculture.
Deculture.
A concentrated liquor resulting from heating or boiling a substance, especially a medicinal preparation made from a plant.
That is so... That sounds like a tincture.
A decoction.
Okay. Huh.
Wait, am I pronouncing it right? Oh, it's decoction.
Decoction, okay.
Decoction.
These are... We're learning so many words from this case.
It's Armstrong, he has flowery language. Talking about interior design, wall ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing. Ah, yes, of course, that deco.
I was trying to achieve a more effeminate look for my restaurant. I mean, I think you nailed it, brother, but alright.
Yeah.
I was planning the most bold remodeling of la decor.
How big of a mirror are we talking about here?
Both. So like about 4 meters wide and about 2 meters high.
Let's see, if 1 meter is about 1 yard, holy glass in the frame, that's huge.
That is... Yeah, wait a minute, is it like straight up like a whole sheet in between? Like a whole...
I think he was planning on just using the mirror like as a wall, like between the tables.
Right. But then okay, if it's a wall, then he shouldn't have been able to see the other side, right?
I don't know how it's structured. We can't see the other side of the restaurant because they won't show us.
True. Okay.
But this phrase, holding glass in a frame.
I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually.
The ceiling. Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember.
No.
Was there a mirror on the ceiling?
No. Nice, no. But I decided not to go visit in the end.
What should I do? Should I ask him? Yeah, press harder. If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo and Maggie Bird's testimonies.
But...
Objection!
You didn't ask, try it. You have only yourself to blame for such a sloppy work.
Whoa, 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 man. What?
A mirror was delivered to Trebian the day of the incident.
Before the incident.
For the incident.
Really?
As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes. And as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end.
Then he wouldn't have seen anything reverse, right? This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tribune, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime.
Huh, if you want someone to doubt. Try it. Look in the mirror. I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough.
So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror. Objection and conjecture. Normally I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object.
Objection!
Normally? How does normality come into this? That's lame, Trite, even for you.
Huh?
Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it?
Stop twisting my words.
Where does that leave the pork-headed lawyer and the top-knot chick over there? And the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here. Well, Trite?
Ugh, not the hair.
I do not have a top knot.
Mr. Godot is correct. A lack of normality is no basis for discounting an argument.
Yeah, logic is one day.
Everything. He would have seen everything in reverse.
Hey, Nick. We should take a second think about what old CD said in his testimony.
How did he phrase it again?
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. Okay, now I really need to know. What?
And you look at the picture.
Yeah, like... Okay,
'Cause,
clearly
I
it's on
mean-
his left side in the picture, but it's just like, where would this configuration of a mirror be that this dude, without a doubt, saw everything on the left side? Like, that's where I can't seem to process it.
I don't know. I think maybe we object with that picture.
Probably.
Okay.
And Eddie used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. If he saw everything he described reflected in a mirror, then everything he said he saw on the left was actually on the right, huh?
That clears up all the problems with this testimony, I guess, or does it?
Huh.
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 Huh. It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but
Do you think old CD saw everything through a reflection?
if he did, it would explain all the contradictions in his testimony.
That just makes the situation worse for Maggie. There's gotta be something in that old man's testimony. We just gotta dig deeper. Yeah, okay, wait a minute. So if that mirror... Okay, again. If that mirror is reflecting everything in reverse,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't that mean it has to be, like, Okay. You know the configuration of the restaurant, right? Up and down, technically, but let's just say left and right. If the mirror is in the middle, then technically he would not have been able to see the guy on the other side at all. Yeah. So let's just say where the guy was sitting and then Kubo is sitting across, right?
Mhm.
If that mirror is sitting in between them, like as a wall, he wouldn't have seen him in the first place. But then, okay, let's just say that the mirror is... Where would it be that it would look like it was
Oh,
reversed?
no.
See, like, that doesn't make sense to me, because it would still be on the left side, right? Or... Yeah, it would still appear as though it's sitting on his left side, regardless of where that mirror... Where would it reflect backwards? Unless there's two different mirrors. That's the only time that it'll start reflecting the opposite way, right?
Reflecting.
Yeah, it reflects the reflection, which is what would cause it to reverse, right? See, that's why I'm confused. I'm like, how does that work?
Wait, I need my brain. I mean, can I object with this image?
Well, it worked.
The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kuda's testimony for a second, shall we?
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt.
So to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now if Mr. Kudo saw all that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side.
Exactamente. You see, monsieur, now that you think about it, it is not so odd, no?
No. Fortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror. Why is that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head? Order. Mr. Wright is correct. The witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror. Then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye.
How bitter.
It's coffee. It's always bitter.
That's right. You should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time.
Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different?
You don't understand the way the witness thinks.
How he thinks?
You remember this, I presume.
No, I don't.
Didn't he throw it away?
I broke the vase. No, that was the other one.
This
is he broke the vase. Sorry, apology letter. I mean, Mr. Kuda's sworn testimony.
Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. Almost the most striking thing about Mr. Elg.
Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece.
And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg's HMD made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh, yes. They were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear.
Great impression.
Huh. Well tried.
That's the worst but best impression of Kudo ever.
I feel that Godot's secret talent is just impersonating people, like doing expressions of people. He enjoys it. Wow, I thought he was old CD for a minute there. Godot's good.
Enough. I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony.
Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash.
Aya, stop.
A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. Or can it? So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong.
Wee.
Go on. Tell the court. We're all ears. Oui, I can explain. Please, if you will look at the plans of the restaurant.
Yes, please update the plans.
Please, because it makes no sense. Laws. Is everyone sitting comfortably?
Man, I'm gonna press this, aren't I?
La mirror. It was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two aisles.
What? That's a weird place to put a mirror. How that like blocks the whatever.
I mean, okay, there's enough space, I guess, to walk.
But it's dumb.
It is kind of dumb, but I mean, like, there is still
convenient.
space. Chic. It's supposed to be chic. Okay. There's only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim. Okay.
So he wasn't next to him?
He wasn't next to him. He was actually across. Oh, see, okay, that makes sense.
I mean, that's the reason why he wouldn't see the other guy.
Right. Well, okay, since the mirror, if he was sitting across from him, like directly down, then he would also think everything is to the left, right? But then, if he did see everything in the mirror that way, then yeah, he would have seen everything on the left too. And oh, and that makes sense why he couldn't see the other dude. Well, honestly, for me, I'd be like, he should still be able to see the other dude. But, you know. Anyway. Anyway. There's only one seat.
Oh,
that's okay.
I did that already.
I thought so too, but I was gonna read it again. That was a seat at the table next to the victims. That was where the old man was sitting. So he,
I guess
he lied where he sat?
Well, I mean, he does say next to the victims. I guess it could have been that one or the other one.
So
or...
we just assumed that he was across.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember the wording.
Okay. After that terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else. That's a lie.
That is a lie. But I can't prove it.
No, you can.
With the lottery ticket, maybe?
With maybe the lottery ticket or the...
Well, not with the medicine, because we don't know whose fingerprints it is yet.
Oh, true. We can't exactly... But it was still in all his aromatherapy bottles.
True. I don't know if we're too early with that.
Right? Oh, well, whatever.
I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror.
What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing other men like this. Don't worry about it. He's just like, yeah, just keep flirting. We can keep up. Except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again.
Yeah, I hate that guy. You sure you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror? Are you quite sure about that?
Volunteers, of course.
I need to know what the word means. Volunteers.
Ties?
Willingly.
Willingly? Oh, willingly, of course.
Volunteer.
Volunteer? Okay.
Volunteer.
Volunteer.
Okay, willingly. Alright, he's willing.
He's trying.
Of course, yes. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you please. Yes, Your Honor. Still gonna press everything. Even that useless statement. Oh, okay. It's not there. Okay. So run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct?
We.
Really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't have put a mirror there. It wouldn't be in the way.
Oh, okay. So Phoenix is an interior design person now? Okay.
Yes.
Look who's talking, Trite. You're obstructing my view, among other things.
You're obstructing my justice. But this is my seat in the courtroom.
Arabion's charm is that it gives you the impression that you're the only customer.
That mirror does not give me that impression.
Like, at all. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. I don't know, Godot, it is absolutely in the way, but alright. Unlike you,
I don't want to see other people's reflections chewing.
Right?
Or is letting them see me.
I tell you, monsieur, the mirror was there, in the middle of the restaurant.
And where would the— oh, okay.
Oh la la, look how you lean towards me. I always attract the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in suspense a little longer.
Mr. Armstrong, tell the court what you know at once.
I attract the older ones too. You know, handsome. Shall I tease you too?
Like, tease me all you want.
I'm already seeing a very hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting for a long time. Ooh, he's seeing someone? I bet she has mocha cream skin, cappuccino perfume. It's your sister.
Coffee.
But, okay. Diane, I will tell you. There was only one seat from which you could have seen.
Okay. Yeah. So why can you only see the victim from that particular seat?
Nice, monsieur. It is obvious, no? If you look at the plans, you will understand.
Okay, it's just a rehash of everything.
I think so. The victim would have been reflected in a mirror like so. If he was sitting at that table next to him, you would see everything, no?
Mostly everything.
Mostly. So that's the seat old CD was sitting in that day. Blah 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 blah. Can't talk.
Seating and sitting and seat.
Alright.
Too similar.
When the poisoning happened.
The old man was sitting at the table next to the victim. Why does that seem kind of odd? Does that seem odd?
What seems odd about it?
The phrasing? I don't know. Did you move the mirror while Mr. Kudo was off calling the police?
Oui, exactement. I carried it out of the restaurant then.
You moved a huge mirror like that all by yourself?
What can I say? I know how to pick things up, handsome. Godot actually laughed at something.
Well, given the witness's physique, I suppose it is possible. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong?
I look like the obliging type, no?
Naturally. Are you sure about that?
I touched nothing except La Mira.
Mr. Wright, is there something the witness has said that doesn't match the crime scene? Yeah, there is. I just can't put my finger on what exactly.
Huh, suffering from a case of heartburn, Trite. Oh, I have just the thing for that. An oil with golden myrrh and Frankenstein's. Add a few drops to your coffee and voila, enjoy. That doesn't sound like it would taste good, but okay.
Yeah. Focus, Phoenix, breathe. I need to ignore those two and just find some evidence.
It is pretty strange though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a really large mirror. You think someone would've, but Maggie didn't, and neither did old Seedy.
And the only logical explanation is that there is no mirror inside Trebion that day. Now I just gotta prove it somehow. Somehow.
Somehow.
But naturally, I did not touch anything else. I mean, can't do that one yet, can I? No. Can I?
I don't know, because I think you're right that we can't link it to him just yet.
Well, it says in the kitchen. Technically he's in the kitchen?
Okay. I'd be down.
Wait. Wait.
wait, before we get too gutsy.
Wait. No, okay. Never mind. Never mind.
Too soon.
It is too soon. Would it be the statement? Am I doing this too soon?
Okay, is there anything that could potentially prove there was no mirror though? Can you read the vase note that what's his face left behind?
This note?
Okay, that doesn't say anything. Okay, check that one. A photo of the scene taken near. Look, there's none. Use that. But how? How would we?
Yeah,
unless it's like cut off. That's probably.
It's probably cut off.
Shocks.
But I still see that vase is not broken. But
we can't link two statements.
how do I link it? So there's only one seed. Is that was? Can I even use that?
I would use that.
Really? All right.
Hey.
I do have some wrinkles. This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony we have heard, Your Honor. The crime photo? Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
Should not exist. Sounds like you're describing yourself, Trites.
Why are you so mean?
He is very mean.
Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement. Man, use your brain cells, Judge.
Yeah, what is none.
I think it's pretty obvious that this is what should not be in the picture. The vase? What possible connection does that have with this witness's testimony? Your Honor, I'm telling you that there should have been no vase on this table. Because it very contradicts with this piece of evidence.
Oh, hey, nice. We're linking them.
Now we can link it. There's one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why?
Why?
Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all.
Don't be an idiot, right? That's impossible.
How did he slam it so hard without it breaking?
It is like the most indestructible mug on the planet.
You expecting it's gonna shatter when it does that?
That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from.
Exactly. There's only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Trebien that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie.
Non do. Don't try to confuse the court, trite. Obviously the witness cleaned up the vase. Well, the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene.
Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary. In his own words, I did not touch anything else except the mirror.
Ah!
Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? Cry. I was right, there is no mirror in the restaurant that day. In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't hear? What?
And the ear, which he couldn't hear. Huh.
It rhymed. I didn't like reading that.
Ha. You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, trite, then this problem is all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw?
If I can answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it.
Are you going to be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick?
There's more than just this. Is there?
Is there? What do you mean?
What do you mean, Phoenix? Remember what Maggie told us? There was another man at the victim's table. And there is a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kuda's testimony.
Okay, wait. If we know that the CD isn't even a music, was he even listening to anything actually? Right?
He was. He was listening for the lottery numbers.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
True.
The CD was the virus,
right?
Which could be sold for a lot of money, but he died anyway, so that was moot.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. I'm not ready to answer. Hold up.
What are we doing? Oh no.
What are we answering? The reason behind all the contradiction in Mr. Kuda's testimony is simple. The ear doctor made a mistake. Mr. Kuda made a mistake. The victim was a phony.
The victim was a phony?
The victim was a phony. The victim is dead. What do you mean?
A phony? Huh?
I don't understand. Mr. Kuda made a mistake? That seems probable.
I feel like Mr. Kudo made a mistake is the most obvious one. Like, yeah, he probably did.
No, it was the ear doctor, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Dude, the victim was a phony first. You saved already.
The victim was a phony? This case is riddled with contradictions, yet there is one very simple answer that clears them all up.
What if this isn't right? I'd be so mad.
I'd be so confused. and what is that? The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. So it was the right one. Why was it phrased that way? I don't get it.
What? We were right? No. Reload. Wait, keep going. And if it goes longer than 5 more sentences. What?
Yes, the victim that Mr. Kuda saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elg at all.
I don't follow you, Phoenix. Okay, this has to be wrong.
Okay. Obviously, unlike the victim, there is nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake.
Lulling us into a belief.
Wait!
Is this real?
Is this actually true?
This is true? Why,
Oh,
Gramps? Why did you clear out of here, huh? He's pissed.
What did you say?
See, Godot is just equally as pissed as we are. or as me, because I'm like, how is this the right answer?
How is this the right answer? Do you want me to reload?
No, keep going for just a little longer.
What did you say?
Right. Are you saying that Mr. Kudo, what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup?
Yes. Someone pretended to be Glenn Elegant acted out the whole coffee poisoning.
I don't believe you, Phoenix. What kind of lies are you spouting?
I don't understand. My brain is hurting now.
I don't believe you.
What leap is that?
This can't be real. No. It has to be like a hook, line, and sinker, and we're totally sinking right now.
I think this is the right answer.
You actually, oh my god. Okay. I guess whenever you get the option to reload, you can.
For the express of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo. Alright.
Get real, trite. Why would anyone want to do that?
No.
Why would anyone want to do that?
No, I'm reloading. Let's see what the other options are. Okay.
He made a mistake. The ear doctor made a mistake. Do that one first.
That one's obviously wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously wrong. I believe we're looking at this the wrong way. It was actually the doctor's mistake. What? Yes, the doctor got the wrong ear.
Well, I believe we saw an autopsy report yesterday. And it hasn't been updated. One that stated the victim's left eardrum was ruptured and had medicine in it.
I mean, it updated his profile, I think, with those details.
Yeah.
Not the autopsy. Oh. I'm beginning to wonder if it's not your eardrum that's ruptured, Mr. Wright.
This is no time to be playing with people's perceptions, Nick.
Okay, see, that was immediately wrong answer. That means the third choice was right because it kept going for so long.
What? No!
I'm sorry, Your Honor. One more chance. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Kudo made a mistake. This is clearly Mr. Kudo made a mistake.
Mr. Trite. You're the one who brought up all these contradictions.
And
so confidently. If you're trying to tell us the old man just made a mistake, we can wrap up this case right now with a guilty verdict.
How about it, Mr. Wright? Should I just declare your client guilty?
Is that the best you could come up with, Nick? Oh my god, it was right? How? Okay, maybe it was just the way... Maybe it was just the way that it was worded that it doesn't really make sense. What do you mean the victim was a phony?
Alright.
Here we are like, yeah, this is the wrong answer so confidently too.
It's right. It's the way it was worded. I was so confused.
Alright, let's listen to what they're actually saying. Yeah, okay, once he spat out his coffee, I was like, no way. I'm wavering in my faith in this answer now. And he's so mad. Yeah, Godot, I'm upset too. What is this logic jump?
Yeah. Okay.
How is this a setup, Phoenix?
For the express of the Korean witness.
Get real, Trite. Why would anyone want to do that?
Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was...
The serving girl brought a Giovacchino, but she put something in it. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
So... Huh. It's so hard to believe, but... There is one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. So it was like the mirror there just placed for like those 10 minutes. And when he left, they just like...
I don't think the mirror existed at all.
Oh right, the mirror didn't exist. The mirror's throwing me off.
Yeah.
Throwing me off
just,
about this case.
just throw away the mirror. I think
Throw away the mirror. He was sitting like across, like to the
left, like literally like across from him. But the thing is, how did he not see the dude? That's
true.
That's the only thing that doesn't make any sense to me now. If there was no mirror.
Okay, no. The setup was done before the actual murder of Glenn Elg, is what I'm thinking.
The setup?
Maybe.
Wait, no, because he's the one that called the police.
Yeah, but it took him like a long time to do it.
It did, but then at the same time, it's like he's the one that saw him like gurgle and die.
The fake die of that fake person.
But then the actual person died.
Yeah, the actual person probably came by later at a specific time.
Nah, no, that doesn't make it.
That's when Maggie served him, and then he actually died.
What?
I don't know.
What?
I heard one reason this fake poisoning. And to show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee.
Objection.
Are you insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? Okay, that one we figured out. That one we suspect. It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but it's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening.
Yeah, he's being bribed though.
Yeah,
Or
he's getting like...
He's under duress.
yeah. We don't trust him.
That's right. Well, witness, if your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct?
Oh la la. This is the most difficult for me.
Oh la la. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath, after all. Was there, in fact, a phony at Tribune that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened.
That was a phony.
Phony. The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day.
Unless... Okay, here's my other idea. What if Red Phoenix, Zinoff, was dressed up as Elg for the moment? And then...
I can't see that.
Hello, people already confused him for Phoenix anyway. What if he's just like a master in disguise, dude?
Master in disguise.
But then, I'm like, does that mean that the girly, the depressed girly was trying to poison Zinoff?
No, I think it was just fake poison.
It was just fake poison? But then... okay, let's just go with your plan, right? That there was a setup and then the actual scene.
Yeah.
Which is what Maggie walked into.
Yes.
But then I'm just like, how did she not run into the other chick? At all.
That is true. I didn't think about that.
And then I know that she passed out when the first one died.
Yeah, she fainted.
Yeah.
Or when the real Glenn.
Yeah.
Died.
So now the question is it the same timeline as Seedy Man, where when she fainted, that's also when he saw the same one, or did they bear witness to two different scenes and she fainted with like a second one instead? Okay, I guess we'll get our answer as we keep going. Whatever.
Yeah, say your shaky wee.
Wee. In the restaurant.
Yes. In the restaurant.
La victime, Monsieur Egg. He came to my restaurant alone. I remember. The old man arrived not long after him.
And he's a regular, so they probably knew when he was coming in too.
Yeah. There was no other customers. When he got the word, he won the lottery, Mom. Elgie became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. No, there was no time for a phony to do the acting.
Well, now we need to hear the time, because that
I mean, okay,
lottery
remember?
reading
Yeah, it was a whole entire
has a
hour.
specific time.
Well, okay, yeah, it was like 10 minutes for the lottery reading, right? But then the time of death, and I remember this being a disparity that we picked up before. That's a huge gap. An hour?
Where's the flyer? Oh,
So
every 10 minutes at 1:30.
yeah, so it had to have happened within those 10 minutes, right? Or 15
Time of
minutes,
death
let's
was
just say.
between 1:30 and 2:30.
But that's a huge gap. That time of death
And
is a huge gap.
Yeah, and if this was the setup death, the fake phony Glenn, that means it was done before the lottery reading. But we need more details in this testimony, though.
Yeah, we do.
Just so we're clear, there is no mirror in the restaurant after all.
Don't know how to say that. Je vous demande pardon? Forgive me,
Probably.
Your
Je
Honor.
vous-
Je vous? Je vous demande
je vous
pardon.
demande.
Demandez pardon?
Demande.
Demande pardon? Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied. Because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly.
I mean,
You don't
I
say
would
you
have just
lied.
throw out the witness. What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later.
Oui.
For now, we will hear your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, if you please. Took that perjury charge a bit too well. But I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He deserves it.
He's, what is he? An accomplice.
Yeah.
Hold it. Was he alone at his table as well?
Nice, my sweet. I just.
May we?
May we? May we? I saw him from the kitchen.
Yet the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. She swears there was another man at the victim's table.
Objection.
Ha. Unfortunately for you, Trite. Yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me of a certain coffee's bittersweet bite.
Coffee isn't sweet.
I wonder what cup he's
What
on.
kind of? Too many.
Too many.
What kind of coffee what kind of coffee has he been drinking?
It's not coffee. It's love. It's love that's bittersweet.
I don't know what you're talking about, Maya.
I don't get it either.
Hearing Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. What are you talking about, Phoenix?
Nobody's making sense in this case.
By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct?
Oui, he comes often for my special coffee.
Comes often for the uniforms.
I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You're most welcome anytime.
You should advertise this restaurant. The worst food you've ever tasted.
It's an experience.
No, people just go there to like prove them wrong. It's like, it's
Mhm.
not the worst.
I said it was worth one sip, and nothing more.
Ooh, he just broke his heart, Kudo. So old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his Yes! Yes! What time was it? Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived?
Oh, no.
No!
I cannot remember, monsieur.
I believe we were told by a witness yesterday.
2:25. But then he said he took a while. Okay, wait. It was
That's so
between.
late.
That is very late. So 1:30 is when the lottery starts, right?
Uh-huh.
And then that is at least up until 1:45. Or sorry, 1:40.
It's for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
until
1:40. But then they said give or take he died 5 minutes after the reading of the lottery tickets. So let's
Oh,
just say 1:45 at most, right?
Predictable. Yes.
Yeah, let's just say
Assumedly.
presumably between 1:40 to 1:45 is when he potentially actually if it was the real one, right? But that was probably the setup. But then, okay, if it was 2:25 when the dude finally called, then did he go back to the cafe at all after the fact? Because then he can't prove that there was a second thing going on.
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
that's hard.
Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness?
The incident happened about 20 minutes after he arrived. So the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10
Alright,
p.m.
add that, and I
No?
can prove you're wrong with the lottery thing. Just after 2, huh?
Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, monsieur. You are wonderful.
Ha ha ha! I can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I?
Well, I mean...
The time of day will be added to the witness's testimony.
Oui, monsieur Judge. Everything I do it for you.
Merci bien. That's French, isn't it? Ha ha ha!
He's so proud of
Aha!
himself.
I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood.
He's even humming a song to himself. He's so happy.
Okay, I'll press that anyways. Are you absolutely sure about the time?
When I think really hard, I am sure it was just after 2. Oui. It is the time I stopped serving the lunch menu.
Right. I always break for lunch when the restaurants are serving their specials. I've been known to wind up a case early just to make it on time. Haha! Guess you should never get between a hungry judge and this lunch. Oh, would you look at that? It's almost lunchtime already.
No,
Please wrap it
Judge!
The witness, get on with your testimony, please!
That was no other customers.
So your only customers were Mr. Kudo and the victim.
Objection.
How many times do we need to ask the same thing, right?
I gotta make sure that the answer isn't changed, Kudo.
You never catch me drinking the same blend twice. How many blends do you have?
Oh.
You're trying to establish the presence of a phony victim in this restaurant. Well, you're wasting your time. You can grind birdseed to make coffee, if you catch my drift.
But there's a hole in this testimony somewhere. I'm sure of it.
10,000 blends of coffee. Sheesh. That's too many.
Did you see him?
No, I was in the kitchen, but I heard him. I remember him shouting, "Yes! $500,000! Presumably the defendant heard that too, then, correct? Maggie? She looked like a poor, little frightened dove.
And what about Mr. Kudo?
The old man choked on some bird seeds that got sucked in his throat.
Seems we now have yet another incident on our hands. And what were you doing at that point? Without any customers, you must have had time to kill.
Had time to kill. I am a multi-talented woman, monsieur.
Sorry? What do you mean?
There is the renowned chef, John Armstrong, and the tragic poet, Clarice Armstrong.
Cloris? Cloris?
Oui, I was writing a poem. An angry tale of a chef in $500,000 debt.
Sounds like real life, man.
Cooking for a man who won $500,000 on the lottery. It is called pourquoi? Pourquoi? It means why. Perhaps I could recite it for the court.
Ooh, are you ready?
Oui.
No, please don't. Oh, I wanted to hear it. You contacted the police as soon as the incident occurred.
I asked Loud Man to call from a payphone. By your own argument, right? The purpose of this phony victim's performance was so that the old man would see it. In other words, once the incident occurred, this opportunity would completely disappear.
Indeed.
Yan, it seems the shadow of doubt has been lifted. Ne sais pas. I guess Mr. Armstrong is connected to this case, huh?
Absolutely. Someone was impersonating Mr. Elk, and I refused to believe he was oblivious. He was there the whole time, after all.
But if you're right, wouldn't Maggie have noticed too?
She fell unconscious when the incident occurred, remember?
No, you mean that when the phony staged his act? So are we just assuming that it all happened at once, then? Okay.
Or the murder happened before, and then they set up the stage with the phony.
How?
It's also that could be possible.
Yeah.
And that means that Maggie wouldn't have seen the other chick.
Okay. So that means that the actual murder happened first. And then there was a phony after the fact, which is why Kudo didn't see the second dude.
The other, yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. But
Yeah,
now I'm
that
just like,
makes more sense.
but then I'm just like, who, who would be the one who would be a phony?
Some random dude they hired for tender lender.
I suppose, yeah.
I don't know who the phony would be.
It's Larry.
It offered me a lot of money, man.
He did, and there was a cute girl. I just couldn't say no.
We'll know for sure once I find a hole in this testimony. Okay. I'll just save just in case we're like completely wrong or something. So... should I do it here or at 2 o'clock?
What was the next one?
The poisoning incident.
Where's the one with the time?
The time is over here. But it's like, it doesn't really mention the lottery.
Doesn't.
I don't know if I should do it at the lottery or... I'll just do it here. We'll see what happens.
Nice.
Objection! I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong.
What?
Qua?
What do you mean?
At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket.
Wait, that must be La someone I was listening to.
I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright. I wonder. Be nervous, Armstrong. Be nervous.
Oh yeah, start ripping your rose right now.
You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct?
Oui, I'm sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. Perfectly? I know it was that time, because I had finished serving the lunch menu. Get to the point, right? If you have one.
Oh, I do have one, Godot. That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30. Now, supposedly the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time.
No!
This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over. There's only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter, acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elgs in Tribulations that day. The real Glen Elg now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer, and the phony Glen Elg acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain that time discrepancy?
Objection.
Quite a performance, Trite. You are almost on a roll.
I am on a roll, aren't I?
But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song.
What is this? Music Theory 101?
Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. The phony Elg is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain then where the real Glen Elg is?
Isn't he dead in the morgue?
But then where did they place the body? I mean, okay, it has to probably be in the back, right? Because Armstrong has to be an accomplice.
I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at the time the real Glen Elg was already dead. That's certainly the obvious conclusion.
Objection.
Thank you. Right. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say.
Or the reverse could be true. I don't know. Who knows? What?
Now, I presume you could prove this theory of yours.
Not yet.
Can you explain where the missing corpse went to?
The kitchen. It's the missing corpse.
According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. And that customer was the phony Glen Elg. Then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim?
Narg! Don't lose your composure, Phoenix. The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Yeah, okay. Let me just. Fear. Where did the killer hide the body? Yes, Your Honor.
No conjecture, Trite. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden.
Evidence?
Oh, what's with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden?
I thought I had him with that contradiction. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. L concealed?
Inside Tribulations.
I'm gonna say, yeah, inside. It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribulations. Interesting. But where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court. Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I guess the kitchen.
It has to be the kitchen.
Even though it's super unhygienic and gross. The body was hidden here. I see.
Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? We can. Where is the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location?
His medicine?
I think so.
Take that. Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle?
This is my favorite character portrait right here. He just looks so sad and so anxious, and his
Yeah, I
little
remember, like,
pout.
last time, like, I showed the picture of that motorbike or scooter or whatever.
Yeah.
It goes to this. I'm like, oop.
Yeah, I really like this one. I think that's my favorite anxious portrait for a character.
You
No,
just see it.
no. I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality, only for me.
Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen at Trebian.
Quoi?
Quoi?
But I only ever use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils.
But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. Elg visited... Oh shit.
Oh shoot, it's this thing. Otolaryngological.
Otolaryngological clinic and was given medication that day. I expected to see that again.
You can't be serious.
The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Elg. Glenn Elg's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen?
No.
Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back.
No.
Order! This is an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Mr. Glenn Elg?
Never. I could never do such a horrible thing. No. Oh. No.
Mr. Godot!
Oh no. The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules.
Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now?
You know what I kind of want to imagine? You know how like people would have like bottles of water or cans like lined up? What if he just has like multiple mugs just piled up on his side of the court? Then I'd like to do the same to the person who lied to me.
The mug has the number of the coffee blend.
It does, yeah. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef.
Oof. He's upset with you now. No more flirting.
How about a brand new flavor in your ear? My H-deficient friend. What's H? H?
Well, because he doesn't pronounce his H's. He always says like
oh, that makes
ear,
sense.
team.
Wow. Are you just calling him out for his accent? That's so...
Yep.
He's going there. He is mad. Okay. Je vous demande pardon. Please, you must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor. Wait. That's... Hey, you broke your French.
Hey.
That's okay.
That's not French. Yo hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish.
Whoa.
I didn't expect you to speak Spanish, Judge.
What if he's just actually Mexican?
Like super surprised. I'd be like, what?
I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it? No! No, no! Absolutely no! Let's hear it. You got one shot, right, Gramps?
Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you. As does my gavel.
Oui, it is clear.
What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong. The confession.
Here we go.
It is true. I ate a body in the kitchen.
A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear it. You must believe me.
I believe you.
I believe him too.
You were forced. By who?
I cannot say. I will be erased.
Let's try a different question then. When Mr. L died, was he really the only person at his table?
There was... There was another man.
I knew it.
Maggie was telling the truth.
You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. Break. That sounds so violent, Phoenix.
It does. That really sounds so, like, mean. So aggressive.
Gonna bully this guy.
Right?
Bully him with contradictions and evidence. Did you carry the body by yourself?
Oui, I carried him. And I carried Maggie too.
Maggie, too.
When she saw the victim collapse, she fainted. I could not leave her there.
Well, why did you hide the bodies? What man? Who was he?
No, I cannot say. I fear for my life.
He's really scared.
You almost have to put the words in his mouth, Nick.
Did I really have to, like, show him the picture?
Just,
Yeah, you're right. If you won't tell me, I'll tell him.
Just pull out the motorcycle, the scooter.
But why would you go along with this man? And what reason would that be, Mr. Armstrong?
You know, monsieur,
Yes.
surely you cannot expect a young maiden to talk about such an embarrassment.
Maiden? You're a bit old to get away with that.
And a bit too... Don't judge him, Maya.
Don't judge!
Don't be like that, Maya.
Can't finish the cross-examination without establishing his reason. So I'll just have to prove it with evidence. Yeah, I know the game's telling me to prove it with evidence, but I wanna... So, are you claiming that all you did was hide the bodies? Is that correct?
Please, that's right.
If we are to believe you, Mr. Armstrong, you must tell the court everything. You must make clear the identity of the man who ordered you to do this.
He's already confessed this much. He might as well just stop dancing around the real issue.
Yeah, but he really doesn't want to tell us who the killer is.
Then sock it to him, Nick.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. It's so mean, though.
She's so violent, too.
It's so mean.
Okay. Scooter time.
Wait, where's this?
Oh, yeah, that too.
Let's end this dance of ring around the rosy, Mr. Armstrong. This is the man that you've been referring to.
Ah,
Nah, make it higher.
Ah!
Better. Who is that? I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Oh, I don't know. Maybe a month ago in this very courtroom? This man is Furio Tigre. He's the manager of a loan office called Tender Lender. There's no point trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go against Mr. Tigre, at least not while he had this on you.
The debt, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I hope that's the right one. $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you.
Wait, it is as you say. Mr. Armstrong. That tiger. It told me I was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On long day in question, he was meeting the victim to demand that I repay his loan.
Is that he repay his loan?
Yeah.
Like, wait, what is he saying? The missing H's are throwing me off.
I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I carried the body and the inconscient Maggie out of the dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I tried to forget what I had seen.
I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre.
Furio Tigre.
Furio. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket. Was that your doing as well?
No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done it. I was not. It is despicable.
Despicable, I don't know.
Despicable.
That's too Italian. Mr. Godot. You will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow.
He's gonna be like, no, I called him in already. Oh shoot. 30 minutes? 30 minutes.
What?
The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need to have an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more.
How the?
Don't sit back and relax yet, trite. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way.
Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Godot. We will resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess.
Wow, that's a fat recess. To be continued.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Do you think we can do it? Or do you need something?
I'm like trying to think. I don't know how long this part will take.
I don't know either.
Because like
It's either like it's Don Tigre and the Viola chick, but I don't know if it's gonna be both on the stand or it's just gonna be him.
yeah, if it's just him, I mean, I feel like I'll probably go over a little bit, which I don't want to do either. That and I actually have to go and feed Butterball and everything too. So, man, I do want to continue, but at the same time, I'm like, I have a thing I need to do tonight. So,
Yeah.
We play tomorrow.
Well, that's also an option. I'm always free tomorrow.
Okay. So we could just play during the day tomorrow because I know I'll be awake during the daytime. We'll
Yes.
start a little earlier, I guess.
Tell me at the time
Yeah.
and I'll
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We'll finish it this week because I really want to continue off of this case. I want to
think
be
this is,
done
like, the
with this
last
case.
chapter, right?
This has to be. This has to be the last part.
Has to be.
So I do want to finish it this week. So maybe let's just play again tomorrow.
Yeah, we can do that.
And then wrap it up there.
Just let me know when.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to have to cut this short, guys, but I
fine.
have things to
fine.
do.
She's fine.
Yes. Well, thank you for streaming and playing again.
Yeah.
And then we'll do it again tomorrow. We're finally gonna see the tigre.
The tigre.
The tigre.
Use.
Oh yeah, I had to work on my like gangster Boston accent, I guess. My Yakuza accent.
You's messing with me?
You's messing with me? What'd you say about me? Want to say that again? And it's just like, what if he dresses up as Phoenix when he walks in?
That'd be messed up.
That'd be so funny though. I do not remember. So, man. All right. Well, we're gonna end it here. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Terry, for hanging out. And we'll play again tomorrow. We'll actually have a Saturday stream. Whoa. Wow.
Rare.
Saturday stream. Insane.
Those exist?
I know. Okay. I'm gonna end it here.
Okay.
Bye stream.
Bye.